All right, let's dive into one of the most wonderfully confusing parts of the English language, the names of places. You know how it is. You see a name, you think, okay, I got this, and then you hear a local say it and realize, oh wow, that spelling was a total trap. So let's just jump right in with a classic. Take a look at this city name on your screen. How would you say it? Seriously, say it out loud. Leicester? Leicester? Give it a go.
And the answer is Leicester. Yep, just 2 syllables. If you got that right, props to you. But if you didn't, you are definitely not alone. This is exactly what we're talking about. And believe me, it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Because this isn't just a one-off thing. England is absolutely packed with these little linguistic landmines, where the way a place is spelled seems to have almost nothing to do with how you're supposed to say it. It's a pattern that trips up everyone.
So, you know what? Let's make this fun. We're going to go on a little quiz tour of England. I'll show you a name, you take a guess at the pronunciation, and then I'll tell you how the locals say it. Let's see how you do.
Okay, first stop is a town just outside of London. The spelling is, well, it's something, isn't it? That O-U-G-H combination can make so many different sounds in English. So what's your gut feeling on this one?
It is pronounced Slough, as in it rhymes with cow, not slough, not slew. And just to help you remember it, the person whose story we're following here had let's say a memorable experience with this town.
Yep, they had their iPhone stolen, tracked it, and where did it end up? Slough. And they never saw it again. It's a bit of a rough story, but hey, it's one way to make sure you never forget how to say the name.
All right, on to the next one. This is a name you definitely know as a common English word, but when it's a place, the rules just go out the window. How do you pronounce this town, which is famous for its huge music festival?
It's Reading, just like the color red. It's not reading like reading a book. So if you're ever heading to the Reading Festival, you'll want to get that one right for sure. And again, another little personal story to help it stick. Imagine this. It's your first ever music festival, and someone jumps on your tent. Not the best introduction to festivals or to the town of Reading itself, I'd imagine.
Okay, let's head into the capital city, London. This is a borough right in the heart of things. Looking at it, your brain probably wants to say Southwark. Even our host admitted she got this one wrong for ages when she first moved there. But nope, it's just 2 quick syllables, Southwark. That W and that O in the middle, they just sort of vanish. It's fast, it's efficient, it's very London.
Moving on up to the Midlands. Now, you almost definitely know this name from a bottle in your kitchen, that dark, tangy sauce, but do you know how to say the name of the city where it's from?
It's Worcester, just Worcester. 2 simple syllables. All those letters in the middle just get squashed down into one sound. It's a perfect example of the beautiful madness of English pronunciation.
And for our grand finale, we've got a name that looks like an absolute beast. It's got 2 of those tricky O-U-G-H spellings in one word. This town is known for its university, which is amazing at sports. What's your final guess?
Are you ready for it? It's Loughborough. Again, just 2 syllables from that whole jumble of letters. The first uff is an uff sound, and the second oro becomes a soft ura. It makes absolutely no sense until you know the secret.
So at this point, you're probably thinking, this is impossible. It's all completely random. But here's the thing, it's not. There are hidden patterns, secret rules, and if you learn them, you can basically crack the code for hundreds of English towns.
Okay, let's break down this secret code. This is the real game changer. Take a suffix like borough. Like we saw with Loughborough, it almost always softens to borough. And that really tricky Cester from Leicester and Worcester, it just shrinks down to star. So a town spelled B-I-C-S-T-E-R is just Bister. See? Then there's Bury, which is pronounced like the fruit berry. So Beebury becomes Byberry. Or Ham, like in Tottenham, where the H just disappears and it becomes Am. Once you see these patterns, you can start to decode names all over the map. These are the shortcuts that make you sound like a local.
So why does any of this really matter? I mean, is it just a fun party trick? Well, it turns out it's actually a bit deeper than that. Getting these names right is a surprisingly big part of connecting with the actual culture.
This quote from our source really just hits the nail on the head. These names are kind of like a gatekeeper. They're a subtle signal. If you can't say the names of the places, it's an instant sign that you're an outsider.
And that's the real takeaway here.
Learning to say Worcestershire or Southwark the way a local does isn't just about pronunciation. It's a small but, honestly, a pretty powerful way to show respect and connection. It says, hey, I'm not just a tourist passing through, I'm actually trying to understand this place.
And that really brings us to the end. But it leaves me with a question for you. Whether it's England or anywhere else in the world, what's the most confusing, weirdly pronounced place name you've ever come across? Because they're everywhere, and every single one has its own little story.